and welcome back to another video. So yes, we're a day late. We're a day late, but that's okay, because I'm actually refilming this for two reasons. Number one, I wasn't too happy with the original recording. Secondly, well, three reasons. Wasn't happy with the original recording. Ozzy Osbourne died, which sucks. Big part of my teenage years was Black Sabbath and Deadly Premonition and Crazy Train and Mr. Crowley, all fantastic songs. You will note a big part of those are in the Brutal Legend soundtrack. So we lost our Guardian of Metal, which kind of sucks. And thirdly, Double Fine have announced something very cool that we'll get to at the end of this video. But yes, this week we are looking at the 25th anniversary of Double Fine Productions. Double Fine Productions, yes. So, my favourite game developer, period. Huge fan of their stuff. Right from Psychonauts 1, all the way to Brutal Legend, right the way through to Keeper, which is their new upcoming game that looks sick as shit. You play as a sentient lighthouse, which, okay, pretty cool. Pretty cool. But I figured what today would be a bit of an exploration of my time. Did I not grab the most singularly important thing of this stupid collection? I did not. Ridiculous. I didn't. Silly boy. So, we're going to be sort of looking at my time with Brutal Legend, obviously, but mostly my time with Double Fine. It's been a very Double Fine year for me. Very Double Fine year that I'll get into shortly. So, where did it all begin? Where was I first exposed to? It's Brutal Legend, of course it is. So, I bought this game for the 360 back in 2009, so 16 years ago at the time of recording. 16 years ago, I decided, hey, I'd seen a trailer and I played the shit out of this demo for a heavy metal inspired game, which sounded really cool. Now, there aren't many of those that aren't. I have, there just aren't. There really aren't. So, the idea of a video game inspired or inspiring Brutal Legend, a video game inspired by these metal covers, these heavy metal covers, sounds like a really sick idea. So, I picked it up. Bit of a story with Brutal Legend, I'm sure I've told it on the channel before. So, when I picked this game up, God knows, 16 years ago, my hair is a mess today, annoying me. You can tell it's very annoying. But yeah, so anyway, when I picked up Brutal Legend about 16 years ago, I had a faulty Xbox 360. I had a faulty Xbox 360. It red ringed. The insides had melted. Just not good. But whatever. So I took it to what was at the time Game Station. They were like, yeah, the seal of this has been broken. It's clearly been modified. So I was like, shit. Then I took it to the local retro game shop. They were like, no, we don't think so. Absolutely not. Then I took it to Game. And Game, in their infinite wisdom, didn't check. They didn't check it worked. They didn't check it did anything. They were like, oh yes, £55. £55. I went, okay, idiots. So I bought Brutal Legend, and I bought its fucking primer guide, because they had both. And it came with a copy of School of Rock, which I don't have anymore, so I might grab that strictly so I can stick it up on the shelf there and go, yes, that's the copy that came with my copy of Brutal Legend, to begin with. And then, over the course of, like, a month, it became my favourite game. Just period. If you've watched my channel for any given period, or been in my games by virtue of being related to me, you'll have seen the shrine. It's slowly becoming let's be fair, it's becoming a Double Fine shrine. It really is, because after Brutal Legend, I moved on to all their other games. So, at the time, They had a series of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. About 9 games that came out for the Xbox Live Arcade Marketplace, which is very cool. You can still pick up all but 2 of these on Steam now, and I think 1 or 2 of them are on PS5 and PS4 and Xbox 3 and Xbox garbage, which is cool. Some of these you can't, and the three major ones you can't are all Kinect games, because who plays the Kinect? Nobody played it when it came out. I'll start at the beginning. Psychonauts. Yes, so I picked up Psychonauts 1 for about £6, which is nice. And I, because A, Double Fine, B, Majesco. I'm a big fan of Majesco's crap. I picked up Advent Rising and I was like, oh, I really like Majesco. They're cool. Hey, Psychonauts. It's a game where you play as a psychic again. By fucking Majesco. Shocking. But God knows they did 3 games like that. Madness. Anyway. Psychonauts. I really, really genuinely like this game. I actually like the first one more than the second one. Just because the worlds are a little more interesting, just because they're a little more in-depth and well-built. And yeah, there's something exciting about going into the mind of a complete maniac, and sort of kind of vicariously fixing their mental health problems, which I'll give the second game credit. It does that a little better. It does do the mental health side of things a little better. They did actually go and talk to a specialist who was like, well, you know, this is mental health, blah, 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 which is cool. But the first game, I don't know. I prefer the physics. I prefer the weirdness. It's ugly. it's blisteringly ugly, but in a fantastically surreal way. I mean that with all the praise in the world. Psychonauts is hideous, but I love it. Every character is horrendously malformed, and it's part of the charm. But here's the kicker. Psychonauts nearly bankrupted Double Fine, so they were like, okay, good shit. Not a big deal. Then they made Brutal Legend. Then they were like, okay, Brutal Legend isn't going to get made because Activision aren't going to publish it. What are we going to do? They did something called the Amnesia Fortnight. Now, Amnesia Fortnight was basically just 2 weeks where they got, I'd imagine, blind drunk and made a bunch of prototypes for a bunch of games that they then actually went on to develop using Brutal Legend's engine, which is cool. Those games include Psychonauts, not Psychonauts, Costume Quest 2, although that came later, Iron Brigade, a game that they did release physically, that we'll get to in a minute, and Stacking, which is one of my favourites. So I'll just sort of go over that. Costume Quest's really cool. I absolutely love that game. I'm not a big JRPG guy. I'm not a big turn-based RPG person. I really, really don't like them. But Costume Quest, A, isn't crazy long, and B, it's charming. It's a bunch of kids going around fighting monsters, using their ability to turn into the Halloween costumes they're wearing, which is cool. The second one was okay. I have played it. I have beaten it. I like it. It's just, at the same time, I think it's sort of lacking something there. It's sort of lacking the... I don't know. It's lacking it lacks the robot. It lacks the robot with its missile. That's what it's lacking. That's exactly it. Then you had Stacking. So Stacking was a pretty cool little sort of point-and-click sort of puzzle game where you play as a tiny, tiny Russian doll as part of a larger stack. And you have the ability to stack inside of people, and each one has a particular ability. So my absolute dead favourite is one that goes, "Good day, sir!" Because it reminds me of a certain someone I won't go into, but which just makes me laugh. It's very funny. And it's just... I'd forgotten about that. I played Stacking earlier this year along with Costume Quest 9 Brigade for the first time in a long time, and I'd completely forgotten about that character, and it's just really funny. So, play Stacking. Stacking's a wonderful game. It's got great DLC. Then you had Iron Brigade. Now, Iron Brigade is a tower defense mech-based third-person shooter where you're driving a big mech with a built-in tea dispenser. So it's all tongue-in-cheek. But you're fighting robots or weird hybrid creatures that come out of televisions, which is very bizarre. And you're fighting a guy who just, has a very terrible Russian accent. It's all wonderful and ends on Mars, because why not? Really like that game. Kind of pissed off we lost out on its much cooler name. So it was Iron Brigade is a bit bland. It was called Trenched. It's called Trenched, which is a sick as fuck name. But then they got into a big lawsuit with some company in Germany who were like, we own that as a board game. You can't call it Trenched. So they're like, fuck, we'll just rename it fucking Iron Brigade then. There were 3 Kinect games. So one of them was Sesame Street Once Upon a Monster, which, let's be fair, I've not played. I just own it because it's Double Fine. The other 2 were called Double Fine Happy Action Theatre, or HAT, and then Connect Party. Now, Connect Party, if you've got Connect Party, if you had the opportunity to buy it before the Xbox Live Store went down, has all the content of Happy Action Theatre, so you're not really missing out on much by not owning that original game, which is okay. That's one of the ones that unfortunately is just never going to be released because that peripheral is crap. The Kinect is terrible. Awful console. But then after that, we had The Cave. So I will freely admit, probably shouldn't have done this, but I did it anyway. For The Cave, which is a side-scrolling platformer puzzle, sort of a cinematic platformer, in the vein of like Flashback or whatever the case may be, or Blackthorn. The Cave at the time had some pretty cool merch. So they had these little figurines for all the different characters that came out, and I never got the chance to grab them until earlier this week, where I did drop a little bit of money on getting them shipped over from Denmark. I really hope there is an import tax on that, because not in the mood. Not in the mood for import tax, but who knows? Maybe there will be. Maybe there won't be. Please. Pretty please. I have picked up quite a bit of Double Fine merch over the years. I'll get into that at the end. But they have recently acquired the rights to publish 3 of Tim Schafer's games that he worked on with LucasArts. So that includes Day of the Tentacle, which is pretty cool point and click about a giant evil tentacle trying to take over the world. Full Throttle, which did actually inspire Brutal Legend, because look at it, which is pretty cool. Classic adventure game, a lot of fun. Need to play it properly. And Grim Fandango. Now, in the PS4 version yet, I am in the process of finding it. But I quite like Grim Fandango. That being said, that disc is scratched to fuck because it's Fallout Tactics. Okay, don't know why that's in there with Grim Fandango, but here we are. Good, solid, really interesting game. More voxel-based, where you play as Manny Calavera, and you're trying to help a lady get to the afterlife in the hopes that you, in turn, will be able to get to the afterlife. It's pretty good. Since then, though, I haven't played too much in the way of Double Fine stuff. I did play Rad, which is a bit of a roguelike, which didn't click for me. It didn't click for me because I hate roguelikes. That's the only reason. I'm sure it's competent. I don't care. They did another game called Drop Chord, which is rhythm-based, and actually I won't play that because I've got no rhythm. Absolutely no rhythm whatsoever. Then they did Massive Chalice. I am going to pick up the Massive Chalice PC edition that did come out, because I do want to get that. I have played that game. It's pretty good. It's okay. It's not exactly the kind of weird I'd expect from Double Fine, but which is a shame. Then they did another one called Space Base DF9, which is a DS9 reference for Star Trek, and that game got kind of abandoned. It did. It did get kind of abandoned, which is a pity. And they've done another one called Headlander, which I just haven't played yet. Honestly, I haven't played. Then there's the big boys. Psychonauts Rhombus of Ruin. So this is a VR game, which apparently contained a code for the original Psychonauts, but I'm 99% certain. Yeah, that expired 5 years ago. Yeah, so not a bad game. I quite like it. I've played it a little bit. Mostly I got it to sort of fill in the gap between Psychonauts 1 and Psychonauts 2. So yes, they finally made Psychonauts 2. And originally didn't buy it. I didn't buy it on launch because they went, oh, we might do a disc-based version maybe, and I'm like, I'm not fucking feeding the digital-only machine that can drop dead, as far as I'm concerned, physical or nothing. Physical or nothing. So yeah, I picked up Psychonauts 2 last year before, which is cool. Had a nice lenticular casing, and yeah, some cool stickers and a soundtrack and some other bits and pieces, which is nice. It's good. My only major complaint with the second one is that particular mission there inside Psyching's Sensorium or something like that. I'm not entirely sure what it's called, but it's a game that it's a level that quite frankly gave me eye strain, which most games don't give me eye strain. I don't tend to look at a game and be like, that one did, which is a bit of a pity because it's Jack Black's level. But in general, yeah, I think the story's really solid. It's a really, it's quite a good story. Wonderful villain. Well, wonderful initial villain. Second villain is just kind of there. She's basically the id. And cool. But yeah, the main the prior villain, I really like him. No spoilers, but he's I don't know, he's the right level of asshole. It's just the right level of douchebag prick that I just really like. But yeah, so that's kind of where we are with Double Fine. They are obviously doing Keeper, which I'm really looking forward to. I think it's going to be really solid. But as I said, it's been a bit of a Double Fine year. So if you haven't watched any of my other crap this year on Double Fine, why? Go watch it. But I got this in a charity auction. So they were running a charity auction earlier this year for victims of the California wildfires, which is dreadful. I hope that money went to a good cause. They raised about 13,000, which is a bit crazy. I spent 100 quid on a set of 4 Brutal Legend coasters, and to be perfectly honest, I haven't gotten them out of the fucking wrapping since. They've just been sort of sat there because I still don't want to take them out. So I'm not going to show them off. If you want to see them, go watch that original video. But yeah, 150 quid. So I was like, yeah, that's really cool. I'm going to send that to Double Fine. I'm going to send that because they emailed going, hey, blah, blah, blah. You won, which is great. We're going to send this out to you as soon as possible. So I reached out and I said, hey, I did this video. Thank you very much. It's amazing. They actually sent me out another package, which is really cool. It basically included a whole bunch of stickers, this very cool pin, this absolutely gorgeous artwork of the Brutal Legend re-released vinyl that came out about 3 years ago for the that's Ormagodan the Fire Beast, which is fantastic, and a signed note from Mr. Tim Schafer himself, which I'm going to be honest with you, has taken pride of place. I still need to get the bloody poster fucking framed, which I will do. I just haven't had time or money. But yes, Tim Schafer signed a postcard for me. Jack, thanks for your generous donation. Hope your drinks, enjoy them, Tim. It's still not used. They haven't been used for drinks, Tim. They are staying neat. They're staying pretty. But yeah, nice pin too. Threw me in a nice Double Fine pin, which is absolutely great. Love it. But yeah, that's not all. So, yes, I bought the cave figures. Those are in the post. And for my birthday, my wonderful mother was nice enough to get me Double Fine Psych Odyssey. So, Psych Odyssey is a documentary series about the creation of Psychonauts 2, which is really, really cool. And it really goes into, well, it just really goes in depth about the process of making this game, which is really interesting. I watched a couple bits on YouTube, but having the so I missed out on this when Limited Run did it. But this is a sort of a second run done by Fangamer, all the way from America. Very expensive. Thank you very much. Love you lots. But yeah, that was extremely cool. And for myself for my birthday, I actually got. It's not going to come out. I got myself a Zippo lighter that came out officially for Brutal Legend. Very cool. Very, very cool. 50 quid. Not used, which is great. For the life of me, I can't get it out the bloody... Can't get it out of the case. But yeah, it's never been used. It's sort of taking spot on the shrine next to the message from Tim. But yeah, it's been a crazy Double Fine year. Buying a lot of stuff. So, the third reason I've redone this video. Double Fine announced, literally the day I'd recorded. Thanks. Well, no. The day I was meant to upload, which was yesterday, before LD Osborne unfortunately passed away, our glorious guardian of metal. They announced that they are doing a Double Fine 25th Anniversary Collector's Edition from the 25th of July, 2025. Great. That's going to be like 200 quid down the toilet. So yes, I am buying that on Friday. It's an open order, thankfully. It's not just like, oh yes, there's only like 100 there's only 100 of these, you're fucked if you don't get it. But it's got 18 games of theirs physically, which, okay. Now, the games included are Amnesia Fortnite 2012, 2017, 2018. Grim Fandango, Full Throttle, Day of the Tentacle, Psychonauts 1, Psychonauts Robots of Ruin, Psychonauts 2, Brutal Legend, Costume Quest 1, Costume Quest 2, Stacking, Headlander, Rad, Massive Chalice, DF9, Space-Based DF9, Iron Brigade, and The Cave. So 21 games, 18 of which are physical. Now I'm kind of hoping the ones from sort of my teenage years are the physical ones. That'd be great. Bit of a bummer on the other three, but what you can do. Comes with a plush pin set, art book, collector's cards, soundtrack, loads of stuff. T-shirt, pen, double head baby plushie. So this thing as a plush. Cool. Weird, but whatever. And yeah, like, worth it. So I'm going to have to rethink. I'm going to really have to rethink the shrine bit. And I'm going to have to remove the massive LCD monitor that has been keeping a lot of it up. Because, yeah. I'm going to have to rethink the whole bloody thing. Because it's just not going to work. It's not going to work. It won't fit. It won't fit. So, yes, unfortunately I have to rethink that. But it's been an extremely Double Fine year. I am aware... Oh, no, Broken Age. Broken Age was on there as well. So, Broken Age, I've also played. Really good game. Point and click. A lot of fun. Came out physically on PS4 and PS Vita via Limited Run. Haven't got either yet. Same with Costume Quest 2. No idea. That came out physically. Do I own that? I feel like I should own that if I don't own it already. No, I don't think I own it. Stupid. Yeah, no, don't own it. Right, so that's also on my list for this year, is to get those two, and Grim Fandango. So yeah, Grim Fandango, Costume Quest, Broken Age. Gonna get all three. This could be sick. It's gonna be very expensive. Well, maybe, who knows. But yeah, so, congratulations Double Fine on 25 wonderful years. And here's to another 25 more. So that is me signing off for another week, guys. I hope you have a great one, and I will see you next time.